On the distant planet of Zorath, the Zorathians, an advanced and peaceful alien race, lived in harmony with their environment. Their society was built on mutual respect and understanding. They had long abandoned war and conflict, focusing instead on exploration and knowledge. Their sleek, iridescent cities blended seamlessly with the lush, verdant landscapes, and their technology was powered by renewable energy sources that respected the natural world. One day, their sophisticated telescopes detected a strange object approaching their planet. The object was unlike any celestial body they had ever seen. It moved with an otherworldly precision and speed. It was a spaceship, a technological marvel that seemed to defy the laws of physics as the Zorathians understood them. The Zorathian Council, composed of the wisest and most experienced among them, gathered in the Grand Hall of Lumara, their capital city. The hall, with its high ceilings and walls adorned with intricate carvings, was a testament to Zorathian craftsmanship and culture. The council members, dressed in flowing robes that shimmered with the colors of their planet's bioluminescent flora, debated the arrival of the visitors. "Who could these beings be?" wondered Elder Liara, her emerald eyes filled with curiosity. "We must approach them with open hearts and minds." Elder Corvin, a tall Zorathian with a stern demeanor, nodded in agreement. "Yes, but we must also be cautious. We know nothing of their intentions." After much discussion, the council decided to send a welcoming party to greet the newcomers, hoping to establish friendly relations. The welcoming party, composed of the most diplomatic and knowledgeable Zorathians, was chosen. They were to approach the visitors with gifts of their finest fruits and crystals, symbols of Zorathian hospitality. As the spaceship descended through the atmosphere, it landed gently on the outskirts of Lumara, in a large open field surrounded by shimmering crystal trees. The Zorathians approached the vessel with a mix of curiosity and excitement. They had never encountered beings from another planet before, and the prospect of meeting them filled their hearts with anticipation. The spaceship's hatch opened with a soft hiss, revealing a group of tall humanoid figures. These were the humans, explorers from a distant planet called Earth. They were dressed in sleek, functional suits designed for space travel, and their eyes scanned the surroundings with a mixture of awe and wariness. The Zorathian leader of the welcoming party, a graceful and wise individual named Elara, stepped forward. Her iridescent skin glowed softly in the light of Zorath's twin suns. She extended her hands in greeting, palms open, a universal sign of peace among the Zorathians. "Welcome to Zorath," she said in the melodic language of her people, her voice gentle and soothing. "We are honored by your presence. Please accept these gifts as a token of our friendship." The humans, though initially cautious, accepted the gestures of goodwill. They took the offered fruits and crystals, their faces showing a range of emotions from curiosity to gratitude. The leader of the human expedition, Captain Jonathan Blake, stepped forward and introduced himself and his crew. "Thank you for your warm welcome," Captain Blake said, his voice carrying a note of relief. "We come in peace and seek to learn from your advanced civilization." For several days, the humans and Zorathians exchanged knowledge and culture. The humans were fascinated by Zorathian technology, which seemed to operate on principles they had never encountered. They marveled at the way the Zorathians harnessed the energy of their planet without causing harm to the environment. The Zorathians, in turn, were captivated by the humans' tales of Earth, a planet so different from their own. They listened with rapt attention as the humans described their diverse cultures, their struggles, and their achievements. Despite the differences, both species found common ground in their desire for knowledge and exploration. However, amidst the friendly interactions, a sense of unease began to grow among the Zorathians. The humans, though polite, had a certain intensity and determination that was unsettling. They seemed driven by an insatiable curiosity and a need to acquire knowledge and resources at any cost. The Zorathians, who valued balance and harmony, found this relentless drive difficult to understand. As the days passed, the Zorathians began to realize that they needed to be cautious in their dealings with the humans. They hoped that by fostering a spirit of mutual respect and understanding, they could avoid any potential conflicts and build a lasting friendship with these fascinating yet unpredictable visitors. Weeks, turned into months, and the relationship between the humans and the Zorathians deepened. The humans, now more accustomed to the serene and harmonious way of Zorathian life, continued to marvel at the alien technology and culture. They were particularly fascinated by the energy crystals, which powered everything from transportation to communication without any environmental impact. One sunny afternoon, the Zorathians decided to demonstrate the capabilities of one of their most prized technological advancements, the quantum resonator. This device could manipulate energy fields and was used for a variety of purposes, from medical treatments to energy production. The demonstration took place in the grand amphitheater of Lumara, a structure carved from crystal that shimmered in the sunlight. Elara, the Zorathian who had first greeted the humans, stood before a crowd of curious onlookers. She held the quantum resonator, a sleek crystalline device that pulsed with a soft blue light. The humans, seated in a designated area, watched with keen interest. "This device," Elara began, her voice amplified by the amphitheater's acoustics, "is a symbol of our dedication to peaceful progress and harmony with our environment. It harnesses the natural energy of our planet and amplifies it, allowing us to achieve feats that might seem impossible." She activated the device, and a shimmering energy field enveloped a nearby crystal tree. The tree began to levitate, its roots dangling freely as it floated several feet above the ground. The crowd gasped in awe, and even the humans were visibly impressed. However, as Elara prepared to demonstrate another function of the device, a sudden surge of energy caused it to malfunction. A bright flash of light blinded everyone momentarily, and a small explosion followed, sending shards of crystal into the air. Although no one was seriously injured, the explosion caused panic among the humans. Captain Blake, instinctively protective of his crew, shouted, "Are we under attack?" His voice echoed through the amphitheater as he and his team drew their weapons, ready to defend themselves. The Zorathians, horrified by the misunderstanding, immediately raised their hands in a gesture of peace. Elara, her heart pounding with fear and regret, quickly stepped forward to address the humans. "Please, there is no attack. It was an accident, a malfunction of the device. We mean you no harm," she pleaded, her voice trembling with urgency. The humans, still on edge, hesitated but eventually lowered their weapons. Captain Blake, his face a mask of suspicion, nodded slowly. "Very well, but we need to understand exactly what happened." The incident left a deep mark on the Zorathians. They realized that despite their best efforts to foster friendship, the humans' reactions could be unpredictable and driven by fear. The council convened an emergency session that night, their faces etched with concern. "We must be more careful," Elder Liara said, her voice heavy with worry. "Our ways are foreign to them, and any misunderstanding could lead to disaster." Elder Corvin agreed. "We should limit our demonstrations and focus on building trust through dialogue and shared experiences. We cannot afford another incident like this." The Zorathians decided to adopt a more cautious approach in their interactions with the humans. They prioritized communication and mutual understanding, hoping to bridge the gap between their vastly different cultures. Elara, feeling responsible for the incident, dedicated herself to learning more about human behavior and psychology, striving to find common ground. Despite the tension, the humans remained on Zorath, intrigued by the potential of the planet's resources and the knowledge they could gain. However, an undercurrent of mistrust lingered, a constant reminder of the fragile nature of their relationship. As the weeks passed, the humans' interest in Zorathian technology and resources grew more intense. They began to ask more probing questions about the energy crystals and the quantum resonator, eager to understand and potentially replicate these technologies for their own use. The Zorathians, though willing to share knowledge, became increasingly concerned about the humans' motives. One evening, Captain Blake requested a private meeting with the Zorathian Council. The meeting took place in the council chamber, a serene room adorned with tapestries depicting the history of Zorath. The humans' leader sat across from the council members, his expression serious. "We need access to your energy crystals," Captain Blake stated bluntly. "Our mission requires resources that can sustain us for the journey back to Earth and for future explorations. We've seen the potential of your crystals and how they can revolutionize our technology." Elder Liara, ever the diplomat, responded carefully. We understand your needs, Captain Blake, but our resources are limited. We must ensure the well-being of our planet and people. Sharing our crystals indiscriminately could have severe consequences. Blake's expression hardened. We're not asking for charity. We're willing to trade or provide compensation, but we can't afford to leave empty-handed. The tension in the room was palpable. The Zorathians exchanged worried glances, knowing that refusing the humans outright could escalate the situation. Elder Corvin finally spoke, his voice calm but firm. We appreciate your offer, Captain, but our priority is the sustainability of our planet. We cannot jeopardize our way of life. Captain Blake stood, frustration evident in his posture. Then we'll find our own way to access what we need. That night, under the cover of darkness, a group of humans attempted to steal energy crystals from one of the Zorathian mines. They bypassed the security systems and were in the process of extracting the crystals when Zorathian guards discovered them. A confrontation ensued, and in the chaos, a human was injured. News of the incident spread quickly, and by morning, both sides were on edge. The humans, angered by the injury of their comrade, demanded justice, while the Zorathians were appalled by the humans' actions. The council convened once more, their faces grim. We cannot allow this to continue, Elder Liara said, her voice filled with resolve. We must find a way to de-escalate the situation before it spirals out of control. The Zorathians were caught in a dilemma. They did not want to engage in conflict, but they could not ignore the humans' aggressive actions. The council decided to offer a compromise, hoping to appease the humans and prevent further incidents. As the situation grew more dire, the council gathered in the Grand Hall to discuss their options. The atmosphere was tense, with the weight of the impending conflict heavy in the air. Alara, who had been deeply involved in the interactions with the humans, stepped forward with a bold plan. We can use our holographic technology to create the illusion that our resources are depleted, Alara suggested. If the humans believe there are no more energy crystals left, they may abandon their aggressive pursuit. The council members considered her proposal carefully. It was a risky move, but it could be the only way to avoid a direct confrontation. Elder Corvin nodded in agreement. It's a clever plan. We must act quickly and convincingly. The Zorathians worked tirelessly to implement the illusion. They used advanced holographic projectors to create the appearance of empty mines and depleted energy crystals. The fields that once shimmered with the glow of abundant crystals now looked barren and lifeless. When the humans arrived at the mines, they were met with the sight of desolation. The once rich veins of energy crystals appeared to be completely mined out. Captain Blake and his team, frustrated and disheartened, demanded an explanation from the Zorathians. Alara met with Captain Blake, her expression one of calm resolve. As we have tried to convey, our resources are limited. What you see now is the reality of our situation. The energy crystals are nearly depleted. We cannot give you what we do not have. Blake, his frustration palpable, sighed heavily. We came all this way for nothing. We can't leave empty-handed. But if what you say is true, then we have no choice but to move on. The humans, realizing that their mission had failed, decided to leave Zorath and search for resources elsewhere. As their spaceship lifted off, the Zorathians watched with a mixture of relief and sorrow. They had avoided a conflict, but the cost had been great. With the humans gone, the Zorathians began to rebuild their society. The Grand Hall of Lumara, once a place of serene discussion, now echoed with the lessons learned from their encounter with the humans. The council and the people reflected on the events that had transpired, understanding that despite their best intentions, they had underestimated the potential for misunderstanding and conflict. We must be more vigilant in the future, Elder Liara declared. We must protect our way of life and ensure that our peaceful nature is not mistaken for weakness. The phrase, "We will never anger the humans again," became a mantra among the Zorathians. It symbolized their commitment to peace and diplomacy, but also their awareness of the need for caution when dealing with other civilizations. They realized that maintaining harmony required not only openness and generosity, but also a clear understanding of the boundaries and values that defined their society. Alara, who had played a crucial role in the interactions with the humans, became a leading voice in advocating for a balanced approach to future encounters. She led initiatives to strengthen their defenses and improve their diplomatic strategies, ensuring that Zorathians would be better prepared for any potential threats. The story of the humans' visit became a cautionary tale, passed down through generations. It reminded the Zorathians of the importance of understanding and patience, and the necessity of protecting their planet and way of life. The Zorathians continued to thrive, always mindful of the lessons they had learned, and always striving to live in harmony with the universe. And so, the Zorathians moved forward, wiser and more resilient, their commitment to peace unwavering but tempered with the knowledge of the complexities that came with interacting with other worlds.